All right, let's get going. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Here we go. Hi, welcome to another Stormfall, the Stormfall Initiative. I was going to say Stormfall with Steph. All of my shows are just blending together right now. It's fine. Yeah, let me turn that down because that's peaking a bit. Yeah, hopefully anyone watching is having a decent day today. This is a show that happens every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time here on Madbird Streams. One of our mini shows. We have a lot. There's a lot happening. So yeah, this is a show where I work on a webtoon style webcomic for our recently closed D&D campaign that went on for 4.5 years, Stormfall. So here we are. I have some coffee, I have some water, I have some popcorn, so I'm ready to go. Ready to just knock this out of the freaking park. Yep. Okay. So let's just get right into it, huh? Let's just go. Let's just do this. All right, so last week, we still have the text to add to this one, to the first one. The second one, we have the group's discovery of Ayler up in the ceiling. Well, up in like the hanging from the ceiling, punctured with a hook. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So we are. So I have a little bit of reworking to do because I was sitting today a few times and trying to figure out a few story things. Just how to make it good for webtoons in that kind of like fast-paced scrolling through. So you don't really want anything too slow. That's not also like dramatic or interesting. There's a lot that we're cutting before this that we're leaving behind. And in doing that, it kind of takes away some like explanation for things. But I think that we can work around that and come up with the best alternative, which is to kind of, so like they're finding Ayler. They find Ayler in this room. I know I turned up the music. Let me turn that down just a hair. So they find Ayler in this room, which, as a reader, we don't know that they're looking for Ayler. And I was struggling with, well, how do I explain that without showing everything that happened before? And last week I was thinking, well, maybe have like a whole entry, I guess, so some panels that would be just of like a flashback of them talking to Ren about, and Ren telling them, my son went down there and I think he's dead. He hasn't returned. No one's looking for him. So but I think that a flashback entry would be too disruptive to like the flow of things, which I think is important in this style of webcomics. So I think what I'm going to do is we're playing with the story a bit, which we're already playing with the story because Ayler, but I had I had Dan's blessing too, and it was his idea to be like, oh, why don't you have them find Ayler in that room? So that way, that will give them like, oh, like you kind of combine things and you can kind of get a feel for what's happening a little bit more quickly than before. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Astrid look at a drawing, which didn't exist in the original campaign. So she walks in, she looks up, she kind of squints her eyes and is like, guys? And then she turns, the others kind of look up too. You get this kind of nice, kind of low angle on the ceiling that will show Ayler hanging there as well as other things. And Kaylin noticing the sarcophagus and that it's cracked. And that's where we end tonight's session. So now a couple things I have to note here that I kind of missed before. Is that, yeah, technically this isn't their first fight, but this kind of jumps us right into the action. I'm all tangled up in my earbuds. Astrid. Okay, so I didn't miss Astrid in inspecting the door, but she inspects the hinges, which isn't really necessary anyways. Now, I did miss out on a large stone statue being in the room. It says ceiling's about 30 feet, which I think that we got that pretty much down with the low angle that kind of shows the ceiling. Now the statue with wings, female, no discernible race, carrying swords that are intertwined with each other, looms over crypt and center. Okay. On fall wall of the room, along with a large sarcophagus. Part of the lid is smashed open, linen cloth clothes mummy inside, sundial on floor, about 5 foot in diameter, in between stone statue and sarcophagus. Okay, this is a nice little explanation that I didn't put in my other document that I was looking at last week. You're not 2 hours late. Hooray! Huzzah! Welcome, Bear. How are you doing today? How's your Wednesday? Okay. Welcome, Steph. Okay. Alright, so what is that in this smashed open? So the lid is already smashed open. I was gonna have her, let's see here, when would be a good, probably in between these two would be when she could look down at like a sketch of Aylar. Or we could have her asking here. I am. It's been busy. Of course, I'm not sure that there's a time that I'm not busy, honestly. Yeah, so we could here have her asking Renwyn for the sketch. Renwyn could be getting it out and handing it over. Astrid could look. And, I'm just trying to think. I mean, we can make it so that Renwyn... I mean, Renwyn didn't really sketch anything ever. That was more Kaylin, but let Renwyn do it. And she can hand Astrid the sketch. Astrid could look at the sketch, kind of look back up at... You know, the group can look back up at him, like, maybe here. And, well, I point, like, you can see where I'm pointing. Like, right here. And, like, yeah, that's him. And then that's when Kaylin can notice the sarcophagus, which is already smashed into, which I kind of forgotten. For some reason, in my other notes, I had that it cracked. But I think because I was reading ahead later, and it says that it kind of explodes, or kind of, like, cracks open. The lid bursts off. Okay, so that's what I was reading later that I didn't quite have the extra details for. So this, and we also forgot we also didn't draw in the statue, which we could put a piece of up here. Hey, Cookie Mandius, welcome. How's your day going so far? Oh man. Okay. Okay, that sounds great, but no thank you. I mean, I would love to have best followers, primes, and viewers on that. Yeah. Good off work making your fave. Grilled cheese. It does sound good. It does sound good. For them to come in and for that to be, like, I was going to have this statue kind of, like, in the frame a bit when they first walk in, but then you would want to, like, look up at it. So to have it there just makes it look like there's something standing there, which there isn't yet. Oh, with a nice tomato soup. God, everything I can't have. Everything I can't have, Cookie Mandies. You just have to just rub it in my face like that. Everything. Grilled cheese and tomato soup covers everything. Gluten, acid reflux, cheese. Nothing. Cooking water? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so she looks up. I have popcorn here, so excuse me if you hear rattling because, oh, getting that makes my camera move. Well, it's on top of the cord. Correct. Cookie Mandius. I also stay away from, and this isn't diet, this is for other issues that I have. I also stay away from rice, potatoes, any starchy vegetables. Yep. And a lot of sugar. Which the sugar thing, that's the worst for me. Like, I can't, like, that's the one that I struggle with. I eat white meat regularly. Yeah. And actually, a lot of, like, the vegan meats I can't have because they have gluten in them. Ha! Joke's on me. So, yeah. Oh, and beans. I stay away from beans, too. For the same reason I stay away from rice and starchy vegetables. It is so processed, but it also guarantees that it's dairy-free. You know? And a lot of times that it just makes it easy for me. Unless it's not gluten-free. If it's vegan and it's gluten-free, I'm like, pile it in. Let's put it in the cart. As long as it's not potatoes or rice. Or beans. I know. So chicken with asparagus and carrots and beets? I actually... Yeah, I can eat those things. Here's some things that I go with. This stuff that I've been going with recently has been veggie burgers that are gluten-free, gluten-free bread, gluten-free, dairy-free mac and cheese has been a huge hit for me recently, and I mix in some broccoli, cauliflower rice, and chicken. And then, let's see here. Oh, like burritos, because I can just put in like lettuce, that sort of thing. Fruit, bananas, apples, almond butter. Oh, I put bacon bits in it too. But not that many. Just a light sprinkling. Because then that also starts messing with me. I'm a mess, honestly. No, Cookie Mandius, that's not how that works. Yeah, bacon's iffy for me. I can handle like a little sprinkling of bacon bits, but if I eat like a few strips of bacon, it starts bothering my acid reflux. I have issues. Alright, so she sees this, she sees him, she asks Rinwen for the paper. Rinwen, oh wait a minute, was I going to change something up there? Oh no, that's right. Yeah. But I'll try not, I mean, unless, you know, you want to continue talking about it, but... sometimes if it's bad, but usually I actually don't have that much trouble with my acid reflux at nighttime. Unlike some people. That's actually my one respite, is that unless I eat really bad late in the evening, eat something I shouldn't, then I'm fine. But yeah, sometimes I do sleep on my left, yeah. I'll often sleep on my left side, I guess. Yeah. Because that helps. For those watching, it helps with digestion and kind of open things up if you sleep on your left side. But I also turn over in my sleep, so then I'll wake up on my right side usually. Okay, so Rinwen is looking in her bag. I guess I really didn't have her wearing a bag this whole time. Could have it just like pull it out of her chainmail or something. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Well, that's what I mean by helping with digestion and stuff. But there's no way I could limit myself to only sleeping on my left side. Because I turn in my sleep. I also found this really good vegan gluten-free cookie mix. Of course, that does have sugar, but if I limit, it's fine. Oatmeal, that's my big breakfast as long as it's gluten-free. Alright, if I'm gonna like lean over this way, like I'm doing, I need to move my camera. I mean, maybe I should just readjust myself. Readjust yourself, Stephanie. It shouldn't, Bear. I don't understand why it would. Maybe you have a personal stomach issue that makes it affect. Oatmeal is supposed to help acid reflux. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I went through a dilemma recently because I was like, well, it shouldn't be, like, glutinous, right? It's oats. But, oh, yeah, see, I get the instant stuff, but I get plain. And then I add some almond butter to it. I was adding some chocolate chips, but I stopped doing that. Listen, when you can't have, like, you can't have as much stuff as I can. That's why I get in these ruts where I allow myself stuff, because I'm just like, there's so much I can't, I have trouble eating that. I find Felix, like, looking sideways like that, I don't know, I find it weird. I might change that around. Maybe have him looking like this, more of at a quarter than at a profile. Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, of course. I basically have to because I have so many restrictions, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know some people, like, they still have trouble with even eating healthier, but, like, I know some people, I've known some people in the past who were like, yeah, I just, because I would be like, yeah, I just don't eat things that, that give me heartburn. I just stay away from them. And they would be like, oh, well, I've tried, I've just given up. I just take Tums because I don't like taking stuff unless I have to. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, that's rough. And then you find out what they're eating, and it's like, oh, you're eating like regular pizza every day, or or like for 4 days a week, or you're eating a lot of red meats. All right, well, there's a lot of cheese. Well, there's a reason that you're having some issues then. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I've read conflicting reports about intermittent fasting, but if it works for you, that's what matters. I just don't like to go to bed hungry, so if I'm hungry before I go to bed, like, I eat. And if I'm hungry in the morning, then I eat. Because I get very grumpy if I don't have food in my stomach. Yeah. I'm just not a pleasant person if I go too long without, on a hungry stomach. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't help to go if it bothers you. It's even worse if you don't keep, if you don't eat. Okay, so she's digging for that, for the scroll. We'll make this a little bit longer so we can add the panels here. Canvas size, right now we have 11,000. We'll go up to 16,000. Listen. Alright, so we got this. Now we need to get all of these in here. And move those down. Oh, why didn't it? Oh, because I didn't highlight all of these. So that, she's getting it out. She hands it to, so we can have the, And have the handoff, I think, could be the next panel of Rinwin handing it over to, just like a close-up of her handing it over to Astrid, and then the next panel could be Astrid looking down at the paper. And then another panel of her. So we need 1, 2, 3. Three panels. Okay. So 1, 2, a little bit more down. There we go. Oh, well, they're dried now. They've already dried, which they were supposed to. So they were, this one kind of dried kind of, crooked, didn't it? Oh, well. But they were not completely dried when I got them. They're a little bit more fresh, but they were supposed to dry out. And then, I don't know. I mean, there were reviews on the site that said that they had theirs for like 2 years and it was still like together. So. Alright. So the handoff. Yeah, the smell has kind of, it's not as potent, of course, but. All right, maybe handing her not the paper itself, but like this, like it rolled up. Okay, and then Astrid looking down at the paper. Barack, welcome. I hope that your day is going well and the act of creating art is soothing your heart. Absolutely. Thank you for dropping in. How are you today? discovered that the seedlings that I have been growing for a month and deriving from some small amount of joy from have been knocked on the floor by a cat. I'm so sorry, friend. Oh. Oh no. Oh, friends. I am falling asleep. I mean, not literally, but I am getting very sleepy. No time to rest. No time to nap. Indeed, they can be. I'm so excited for Madden D game time on Wednesday. I don't play a lot of games that much anymore. I'm always excited to to have an excuse to play. So as a person who just like bought a Switch, but you know, whatever. Whatever. All right, what am I doing here? Like, I was going to say co-optitude. But that's not my program, that's Felicia Days. I miss co-optitude. If you're familiar with the program. There's honestly times where I'm just like, I really miss Geek and Sundry. Like, I really do. I just miss that time. Like, I know that there were other channels out there, like, what's that one hyper RPG that had the people, you know, the that did a lot of the filming and stuff on the Twitch Geek and Sundry channel. But I don't know. I just miss it. I kind of like just the hands. I kind of like just the hands. Put that on a t-shirt. Step 2022. What's so expensive? Oh, games and systems? Yeah, it was... Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't even have, like, a PS5 on my wish list anymore. Consoles, yeah. The Switch was $300, and that was enough. I was like, okay, that's... Which honestly isn't that bad for a console, and then it's also a handheld system, too. You know, it doubles. So that's actually not horrible. But yeah, I don't really expect to get a PS5. At least not right away. I think we can make this smaller. I don't know why I'm like thinking this needs to be larger here. Just need it to where that she's looking at it. I honestly didn't think that I would care about the handheld aspect, but it's kind of nice sometimes whenever you're just like, you know, I don't know, like I guess I don't have like, you know, a television, like all of my stuff's like right here, so it's nice to like, but so are PCs, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let me see here. Let me zoom in and we'll, so guys, and then ask Renwen for the paper. Renwen grabs the paper, hands it over. Astrid looks at it, sees that it's Aylar. We might be able to move that down. Actually, or move this up just a bit, I think. Guys. I kind of feel we need a little bit more breathing room in between those. Let's see here. Excuse me while I zoom all the way out. I zoom all the way out until your children's, well, I don't know. You're still, oh, Stephanie. No, you didn't. You didn't do what you were supposed to do over here. A little bit of breathing room here. And then the other thing was I thought I could probably scooch this up a bit. Maybe. Yeah, but anyways, like I found that I really actually enjoy like the handheld concept. I don't take it anywhere, but it's just nice to be like, okay, like I feel like just laying in bed and playing a game. So, which never happens. Not in the past couple of months, at least. But eventually, maybe. There's the hope of it happening. Guys, Renwen, do you have the paper? She gets the paper. She gives it. She looks at it. Bam. Bam. Maybe a little bit more breathing room between those, actually. And a little bit more breathing room. And there was something else that I was like, you might need a little bit more breathing room. Was it in between these, maybe? Let's see. Yeah, you know, I mean, like, you know, I can kind of understand with like consoles, and you know, one thing that I still can't get over. I'm not sure I ever will. I was just talking to Franco about this the other day. The price of like smartphones. That's one thing that's really, because I think like with a console I can be like, oh, like if I don't like, you know, if I don't have the money, that's fine. I can live. There are other ways to play games. And phones. The phone's like, at least, you know, especially like with my work, you know, where I freelance and I kind of need that kind of connection, like when I'm away from my computer, to kind of like answer things and answer messages and inquiries. I think the last one I bought, and it was a 7, was like 700. Like, it's wild. It's wild. Yeah, I can see that. And I'm sure that there are other options out there. I mean, I also am a creature of habit when it comes to certain things, so I just go with an iPhone every time. So that doesn't help. But I mean, they're starting to get pretty close in price anyways, honestly. Or at least the last time that I looked. Okay. So guys, paper. I still think I could use a little bit more space there. I'm honestly almost ready to save up for another one because I'm having such an issue with storage on my phone. Like I'm having to like delete things, apps that then I just end up turning around and reinstalling just to do like updates. And I don't even have like a ton of stuff on it. Like I've cleared out most of my pictures, my videos. Guys, this paper, hands it off. Okay. All right. I think that we're doing okay. All right, so we can clip this down a bit. And start on some of the color. Okay, what am I? Right, I need a screen cleared off here. Oh, we can actually. I'm gonna have to make like a. I'm gonna have to make a. That'd be really handy to make like a color guide for. Well, I mean, I don't know though because like the color is gonna change from like. Yeah, I don't think that would work because it would change from there like the rest of the stuff in the room. So. Although I guess I could come up with like a basic color guide that might be helpful. Yeah, let me just start a regular document here. Okay, so I'm going to just put these in here. We'll go ahead and save this as Ode Stormfall Webtoon. Character color code. That's a long name, but whatever. Format. Let's see here. Toshiba, I think. Can never remember where I save these things. I think I have something maybe on my desktop. Let's see. Let me look for it. I put it on this PC, maybe? Right. The only app you need on a phone is a phone app, and it comes included. I bought that the portable computer when you're home 80% of the time. I mean, true. That's fair. I just don't like, my whole thing is that, like, I don't like to be, I mean, even like, I mean, I would consider myself probably home 80% of the time, but I don't like to be sitting in front of my computer all the time. You know, like if I walk away to watch a movie with friends, I still want access to my messages and if I get a message on Fiverr. And I don't want to have to like unplug my laptop and drag it to every room that I go into. A phone I can put in my pocket and just do it that way. Also a phone I can easily take pictures and send them to clients of like work, or like I can take pictures as memos. I can take pictures and send them to friends, so it operates as a camera as well. I also, yeah, and that's the biggest thing. Take videos and send them. Easy. Like that. So I guess that's a big thing too, is that it's a camera as well. Most of the time that's the only, the pictures and the videos too. And then plus, like, I have all of my work apps on there. I do, eventually. And also a music app for when I'm away from my computer. Certain things for my work that I post to, like, you know, are easier to post from your phone than on the computer as well. Messenger, messages, that takes up memory. What do you mean? I don't understand. How are my memory problems solved? I've already uploaded my pictures and my videos. I'm still out of memory. It's the apps that I use for work. I can name all the apps, absolutely. Let's see here. Messages, Fiverr, Spotify for music when I'm away, Twitch for when I'm away from my computer. I'm gonna have to check on Madbird stuff, Webtoons when I'm away from my computer, YouTube when I'm away from my computer, dating apps that I don't use but they're on there because silly. Let's see here, my bank app, so that way I can upload checks and stuff. Yeah. Messenger, that takes up a ton of memory for like messages from friends. Some of them and most of them I don't want to delete. I'm gonna keep them there for as long as I can. Facebook Messenger, Instagram for work and for Madbird stuff, Pinterest for my campaign planning, Canva for work, LinkedIn for work, Twitter for work. No, there's nothing I can upload to a flash drive. The apps themselves take memory. They take space. They take up space. And you can't upload text messages to a flash drive. To a flash drive. Okay, well, I'm not going to talk about this anymore. I don't want to take up time with my drawing talking about this, but you're absolutely free to message me and take up more space on my phone. Let's see here. I think that I just crashed the program. Did I? My computer, even my computer was upset with the conversation. Hey, Varath, thank you. Well, I might have just lost my information. I might have just lost my stuff. Oh, shit. Okay, that's still doing okay. No, absolutely not, Varath. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, this is upsetting. Can I exit out of this? No, of course not. Cool beans. That's great. I'm really happy about this. Alright. Okay. I might have to force quit it. Which means what I've done already is gone. Okay. Alright. Yep. That's great. That's great. Okay. Alright. Oh, did I save it? Did I actually save it? Well, I thought for sure I lost everything. All right, I hadn't started on Cholera yet. Well, thank goodness I had the forthwithness or whatever. Okay. As you said, to each their own, Bear. To each their own. Let's see here. All right. Thank you. All right. So we got that. Let me open up the other things that I had going here. All right. Let me try to save that first in case it decides to lock up again. Oh yeah, I was trying to find that folder. That's what I was doing. I have four things for oh yeah, I remember where I saved it now. Okay. It's in my drive and under the Stormfall Initiative thing. I have no idea, Bear. I don't know. Let's see here. Is that what I was named? It was Stormfall Initiative character colors. Okay. And then I had the other one up too. And then one that's in color already. And we'll go ahead and open the character turnarounds as well. If I can find them. Okay, Stephanie, take your time here. Where I know that they're here. Okay, there they are. Yeah, someone mentioned like changing out SIM cards. I just don't know the technicalities of that. If you can do that like easily, or if it's, I don't know. Something to look at, maybe. Other than that, there's nothing wrong with my phone. It's just I have nothing else that I can get rid of that I don't use pretty much every day. And some things that I've deleted that I use. Like I deleted Spotify the other day, which I use pretty much every day. And like when I'm making dinner or getting ready for bed. So I don't know. Okay. Alright, so that's there. Got that. Let me go ahead and bring this up somewhere else because I won't need to bother with that. And okay, I'll need to get the colors off here. Okay. So run when? Okay. So I guess I'll write down. Okay, let's see here. Ren. Well, I'll go ahead and just, I don't think I'm spelling it correctly, but we'll just go ahead and do that. And then this. And then there we go. Well, let's turn up, let's do the marker so that way there's no transparency. If I ever end up updating these, I can But at least it will give me a starting point for their main colors here. Instead of having to find them and then drop them. Oh, why do you think I'm getting paid there? Whatever gave you that idea? Whatever gave you that idea? So the way, here's how this is how, excuse me, this is how this will probably work. So, Webtoons has a pretty big, like, a lot of people read Webtoons. And they have a very good system of like, hey, these are new artists. These are new, like, comics that just started. If everything looks good and everything's good the first few, people keep reading. They get, you can get a following. Usually artists who do Webtoons, I think this is probably how they do it, is, you do this at first just for, like, no pay. Just for funsies. Maybe some of them start, like, a Patreon or something, but once you get a following, that's when you can start, either if you get a big enough following, Webtoons actually, like, hires you out, kind of. And so, like, not that they own the content, but what they do is since you're bringing people to the platform and using the platform, they will, I think, give you pay you a bit, but you have to have, like, a consistent schedule. So, yeah. And then artists have become more popular, like, they'll either start publishing the work, like, in graphic novel form, so people can buy it that way and support them. Or, once they get a following, that's when they're like, okay, you can support me over at Patreon. And either pay monthly, blah, blah, blah. Kind of. I mean, this is one way. So, like, I chose this way. I chose to go Webtoons way because Webtoons has such kind of like with Fiverr, people just have to search for things and you're there. Like, you don't have to do a bunch of marketing. I mean, you can, but, like, even if you don't do marketing, people can find your stuff on Webtoons just by searching or by them. They also are very good about promoting newer artists. And if you're consistent with your entries and you get a following, then they'll, like, start paying you to keep producing content on a strict schedule. Not like, but as long as, like, you can't skip weeks or whatever. Like, you can take vacation time, but you have to have that planned out. And you have to watch that you don't take too many because then you lose your people. Thank you, Bear. I appreciate it. So, yeah. So, like, say once I start publishing these, I'm going to get, like, a group of them, publish one a week. That way I won't fall behind. And, because if I get 8 of these, and I publish one a week, that's, almost 3 months of content. Or if I get enough, I can do 2 a week. But I couldn't keep up with 2 a week and keep up with like my other stuff. So I'll probably just do 1 a week. Even with a backlog, you know, even with 1 stacked up. And then once we get a following, you know, either Webtoons could like pay and like, you know, or we use it to our advantage and start like, or I use it to my advantage and start like a Patreon to be like, hey, you like my stuff, then you can come over here and support me. Maybe even, I think some artists even do this, is maybe even, because Webtoons doesn't have any limitations on this, is they take their stuff to Patreon and they'll post their older stuff on Webtoons for free. And then they post their newest one on Patreon, but behind a paywall. So that way people have to support in order to read the newest comic. And you'd be amazed at how many people are like, I want to watch this content now. I mean, look at Twitch subscriptions. And it's basically, I mean, some people, they just subscribe like with like Critical Role and stuff so they can watch the episode like within a day rather than within like, what is it, like a week, I think? 5 days? Aw, thank you, Bear. You know, I never found playing in campaigns exhausting. Like, I really enjoy it. But you know, I mean, as long as it's fun, as long as it fits within my schedule, like that's good. And you know, we're totally like, hey, if things are too rough, then we can step back or reconfigure things. Okay. But also, I have a lot that I still need to like kind of look up with Webtoons too. But Steph needs money. Send me your money. Send it my way. I am but a lowly. Okay. Astrid, because she's here too. I'm not sure how often I'll use this because I said, like, as they go into different environments, like, the colors will change, but depending on, like, the lighting. But I think this will help just with general, like, once I can get a good color standard, so that way I'm not, like, scrambling. I feel like it will help in the long run. I need to watch Letterkenny. I've heard nothing but good things. Oh wait, did I already put that on there? I think so. Okay, did I put... Yeah, I put the shadow color in there. Need to get the hair shadow color in there. Astrid has a lot of colors to her. Okay. And then... well, I guess I'll wait until I come across some other ones. I guess there we go. Yeah, sure. Sure. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Now, see, that's lighter than over here for Renwin. Okay. I think, right? It looks lighter, but it might just be the surrounding colors. Yeah. It's kind of closer to her color anyways, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, we'll do half and half. Sure. Oh, we need to make one for Ormia. Maybe I didn't quite get the right color here. It's still not very dark, is it? Okay, maybe that's better. Oh, thank you, Commandius. Well, I figured it would help. Like, colors will change as they go into different lighting and into different rooms, or into different areas, I guess. This is a nice kind of, I think, base color palette for them. And I think that will help along the way. We'll see. We'll see how many times I use it, but since I'll be drawing these characters for well, some of them the entire series. Some of them off and on, some of them only for a while. So that's going to be so interesting going through and like finding what I want to keep and what I don't because, well, I'm working with Dan with that as well. But yes, that's Kaylin. It's kind of like mini painting. I have to write down what I use or I never remember. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't do that. But I'm also good at color matching. I can color match pretty well. That's one skill I kept from art, that I picked up in art school. So I have a pretty easy time. Not easy, but I can do it pretty quickly. Okay, is that all? Well, we don't really have a shadow for the face yet. The pants, I guess. Or did I already get that? Was that black? Okay. All right. I'm terrible. There's something called a color wheel, and it's confusing. Yeah, the color wheel? Yeah, so a color wheel will show you, when looking at it, it'll show you complementary colors, as well as, like, color triads that work the best together. A good rule of thumb for anyone who ever looks at a color wheel. I'm pretty sure of this. I see we have 7 viewers, so if I'm incorrect, just let me know. But if I remember correctly, I haven't looked at a color wheel in a while, but if you're looking at a color wheel, the color directly across the color wheel from the color you're wanting, like say you want a green, look directly across, that's your complementary color. So that's the color that's going to go the best. It's going to stand out the most with the color that you're using. If you otherwise, another way to like find complementary colors is to do like a triangle on the wheel. So if you're wanting that green, the 2 colors that are in that triangle directly from the green will complement the color well too. The only color mixing I've ever done is filled in for a hardware guide. Then I worked at Walmart and mixed paints for people. Yes, your Walmart days. I remember that. I remember it. Yeah. So just some tips for a color wheel. If you ever find yourself looking at one and needing to find like complementary colors, like say you have a color and you're painting something and you're like, wow, what would complement this color the best? Try those methods. There's also a couple more too. Yeah, so, Yeah, the one directly across from it is your complementary color. When you do the triangle, that's a triad. High contrast color combo that will pop with the color that you have. So, and some basic representations is like red and green, yellow and purple, orange and blue, green and magenta. I'm just reading that right now. Because oftentimes I have to like take a look at things myself. Yeah, so triadic are colors that are evenly spaced on the color wheel. Oh, that's tetradic. They're bold and work best if you let one color be dominant and use the others as accents. Yeah, okay. All right, that's enough. That's enough, Stephanie. That was mostly for me to look that up because I was expelled by then. Oh, I've got those yellow and blue. It makes green freezer bags. Oh, nice. These words are even confusing. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Okay. All right, what was I doing? All right, so doing this, we have Ormia, Astrid. Kaylin is more kind of like, I kind of know what Kaylin's colors are, but we'll make it in here. I spelled that wrong. I think there's two N's. That's right. I was like, something's off. I don't know what it is. Okay. So her hair. Her hair is everywhere. That's my goofy. I found out what was it not too long ago that I can do a pretty decent goofy. I can do a pretty decent one. Like a Disney goofy, I mean. If you need that spelled out for you. Or I can do just a regular goof. I can be goofy until the cows come home. Southern bluegrass voice. Her hair is everywhere. Yeah, yeah. One of these days I'll be able to work on these and get caught up a bit. But so I won't have to do this like while I'm streaming, but here we are. Here we are. All right. A lot of her colors are on the front, so we'll have to fill in the rest later. All right, Emil's kind of in the dark back there. Not there, but there's not that much to go off of there, so we might have to wait on Emil. Okay, so we'll save that. And go over to comic 2. 2. Alright, so I'm gonna zoom in a bit since people will be looking at this on their phones. So I want to make sure the color looks crisp at least. Alright, how are we doing? 5:30? Let me go ahead since I'm just starting. I'm going to start this color here. Let me go ahead and take a break, and then when I come back, we can work on color for the next hour and a half. So I will BRB, friends. Oh man, 10-minute nap. Go. All right, I'm back. Interesting. Sometimes it's like... Anyway, sorry. There we go. Okay. Yeah. 10-minute nap does not sound as fun. This is correct. I ate a banana. I also consulted with my publicist, aka Dan, about story stuff for the comic. We're trying to figure out some things, but here we are. Yo, 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 what's up, what's up? I don't know. Listen. All right. Listen, kids. You ready to start this kala? You mean you don't remember every single detail by heart? For shame, glorious victory. Welcome. Listen. 4.5 years. 4.5 years. That's all I gotta say. Alright. So we made this nice little color chart here. Alright, I think before we use gouache, lurking and working. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I think we were using gouache before. Turn up the density. Alright. Let me get comfy. Alright, so she's walking into the room. We also don't want to do what I think what I'm doing is, Oh good, y'all can't see my layers. Great. Just the way I like it. My layers are invisible. Only I know how disorganized they are. Oh, what are you requesting, Varath? Yes. Saved. Thank you. Let me put those beside each other. Oh, no. I mean, I could do that, but I don't want to. I could do that. Maybe we should work smarter, not harder. And then go to this one, and that's Ormia. Lurking and cooking. Kirking? Lurking and kirking. Well, enjoy the kirking. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did I? Okay, yeah, that's black. Okay. It's also tied. I didn't put in here. I just put like it was just a black shirt underneath. Did I reference things? Did I reference? I mean, I referenced my material, right? Dubious. No, we'll just move on. We'll move on. Well, it's darker in here, isn't it? Except for the light of her torch. So, yeah. This is a dark room. Not that dark, Stephanie. Hair color in here. Let me get back to this. Oh, was that lighter color? Probably. Oh no, that's it right there. Okay. Couldn't tell if that was her outfit or... Oh, no, Stephanie, listen. Well, she does have... I'm assuming those are probably a dark brown, I would assume. Did I not put that in my... I was going off of these. Oh no, I did not. I mean, they're definitely different. Okay, all right. Okay, well that's why. Yeah, I didn't have those on her then. Okay. Okay, all right. My friends that I live with currently have me on an app that with their family. It's called Live 360, where you can kind of like see where people are, not in like a creepy factor way, but just kind of like, hey, just so that we know that you're safe way. And it tells you whenever people are down to like 10% battery on their phones. And It's just funny because I'll get like these notifications like so and so has 10% battery left. Please tell them to like, well, what does it say? It says ask them to charge their phone. No, I'll let them do what they want to. Like, that sounds like I'm overstepping. I feel like that they can do with their life what they want and not have to worry about me reprimanding them for not having their phone charged all the way. It's like a listen app. No one asked you, okay? Okay, well, we don't want that. Let's see here. This isn't. We don't need a ton of detail because you can't really see her that well. I mean, you know, they're just in the back of the room a bit. Bobbert is at 10% on their phone. Bobbert is pooping now. Bobbert is speeding on the interstate. Yeah. I mean, it does tell you, like, if they're at, like, so-and-so is at, you know, 7-Eleven. Okay, and she does have, we'll go ahead and put her nose on here. And she does have a few things, like a belt. Don't want to forget, and we'll go ahead and put in some of her clothing details. I sure as heck don't want to know where my kids are at any time. That's it. I can see some value. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, I was watching Felicia Daystream last night, and like that's when like as I was watching it, like someone came into the chat and was like, "Did Will Smith just ruin his career?" So that took me down the rabbit hole of finding out all about that. Which I won't go into it, but I don't know. For some reason, I just thought about that. happy. But then, like, apparently he apologized. We were watching it on Discord last night. It was wild. Like, I thought the same thing. I mean, I'm not, of course, skilled in, like, being able to tell if, like, fighting is fake or real. But it seemed, but I think also part of what made it seem fake was the camera angle. Maybe there was a different camera angle to it, but, like, the camera angle that they had made it seem very, like, you couldn't see the contact. Oh, yeah, and then the shouting from the audience, like, it looked like a cheap movie slap. Yeah, and I think that was part of the angle, because, like, Will Smith, like, he smacked him, like, right in front of him. Like, so you couldn't see the contact. And so it looked like it was pulled, you know, or whatever. But yeah, and then he like yelled from the audience, and I'm like, well, I mean, that could just be acting, but then he apologized and he was tearful, and I was like, well, why would you go through all of that? And if you look, like, after the joke was said and it cut to Will, which I think was laughing at the time, Jada did not look happy. She looked pissed. And maybe you thought all the camera angles changes for the producers trying to hide the Academy workers trying to stop him. That's a good point, Glorious. That's a good point. But yeah, Jada did not look happy, like, after the joke. I swear Will was laughing, but I think emerges from, like, save your work, return to work. Thank you, Frank. And a small dude like Chris Rock would have probably had more of a reaction. I don't know. It was just weird. Like, why go to all that trouble, though? Why? Like, you're not promoting anything. It wasn't funny. And then, like, give a tearful apology about it later? You know? And make a big deal of, like, I just want to protect my... Like, why? Yeah, he was definitely laughing and Jada was pissed. Yeah. Yeah, when I saw her reaction at first, I was like, oh, she doesn't hop like that. I can't say that I blame her, but one scene. Yeah, Pina. I loved her reaction was like, she was, I noticed that too, Glorious. I was like, oh, like I couldn't remember her name at the time, but I was like, oh my god, she's front row. She's front row. One scene, Will was laughing. The next scene, he's walking on the stage. Yeah, I was like, oh god. Yeah, it was wild. Let's see. I think this was Kaylin, which I don't have a color thing for her yet. Let's create one. Oh no, I do have one. Okay. Perfect. Great. All right. Oh yeah, can't we just see the montage of celebrity reactions, right? Oh my gosh. Alright, I don't have a skin color for her, but she's kind of, you know, let's see here. Let me just try to find something here. Red. I mean, yeah, that's probably a good skin tone for her. Oh, did I just... No, okay. Why are you... Oh, I think that's just a bigger... Oh, that's right. I have the pixels down because for the Webtoons format. That might bite me in the ass later. I might want to think about expanding that a bit. for the next one and then just downsizing it for webtoons. Yeah, probably. All right, so this room is dark, so let's give her a darker color. That's a little too dark, Stephanie, I think. Maybe. Yeah, we should be good for tonight. Chrisok was definitely leaning forward like he was expecting it. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. And I said, though, I don't understand why. I don't understand, like, why, like, what was the point if it was fake? No, that's too dark, Stephanie. That's too dark. Sorry, I can't make it. I have to punch Chris Rock in the face. That's fair. That's very fair, Varoth. You're excused. I've been turned into a cow. Can I be excused? You may go home. It's her chainmail. Alright, where's Kaylin on this sheet? That's the biggest eraser in the world. Let's do her chainmail first, so I don't have to work around that. Alright, Kaylin's compared to Astrid, Kaylin is too big here. we go. A little bit better. Let's be kind of back this way a bit. Actually, I'm gonna change something here. So it looks like that she's looking forward, and that's not really what I want. I think it's also because of how I have this. So let's do that. It's gonna change her posture a bit here. Okay, it's a little bit better. Okay, all right, that helps a lot. Okay. Her boots are, well, let's go and fill in this. Forgot about the, I'll probably just end up adding some kind of, not really worrying about, adding like a darker color and then just making it a little bit like transparent for kind of the darkness down here. That'll probably work better than me having to like change all these colors. Okay. I think that she has, yeah, she has, oh, that's right. She has a belt. Most of her stuff. What's this gold plate? It would boost publicity a lot. I doubt as many people watch those award shows as much as they used to. The internet TV becoming more popular. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I don't know though. I don't think that it boosted, I don't think it boosted publicity. I mean, maybe for the award show itself, but definitely not for Will Smith. Like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess in a way, yes, boosted publicity, but in the right way. Like, it'd be so unpredictable, like how people would take it. Like, it feels like too big of a risk. You have to pay for cable to watch the award shows now. They probably only had a fraction of the viewers they used to. Yeah. And plus, I knew a lot of people that didn't watch because they cut down a bunch of categories this year. Like, a lot of, like, I know a few of them are artistic categories. So yeah, I knew some people that didn't watch it because of that. I was surprised how many people were comforting Will during the break as if he was the one who got slapped, right? Right? I'm sure someone somewhere said, I wish someone would exhibit violent toxic masculinity for my honor, right? Artists. Oh, and that's right, her bag. Which I think I put in the first comic, right? Yeah, I did. Just didn't get it. Yeah. Fair point, but then also like I feel that there are other ways to handle like that than to walk up on a stage and slap them. Discretion, you know? And there is a chance Chris Rock wasn't aware of her struggles. I'm gonna try something here. I feel like I've like extended the height of Astrid. It helped a bit. Oh, thank you for the follow, Roy's Parrot Club. I appreciate it. Thank you. Right, Glorious? Hey, oh, what a cute little guy. What a cute little parrot with a pirate hat, I think, right? So cute. I love it. I love it. So I'm working on a webtoon style webcomic for our recently closed campaign Stormfall. We're working slowly but surely today. So I'm building up a few entries and then I'll be posting them. So they're not posted yet. Aw, so cute. I love it. I love it. All right, and this was Felix, whom we don't have a color thing for yet. Are there any colors that we can, let's see here. Did we get all of Kaylin's colors for the most part, I think? I think so. Wait, dated and original jokes are bad? I've heard those gangster hats are called. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Trebly. I believe you're right. All right, let's start one for Felix down here. Okay. All right, so Felix. Yeah, let me see if that's going to work, what I want to do before I start on Felix, because I don't want to get too far and then have to like, kind of. I think so. We'll come back to that then. We have more to work with. Okay, I was trying to get Felix's skin tone here. Oh no, that's understandable, Bear. That is understandable. I honestly don't really have, like, a concrete opinion on the whole thing. And my care meter is very, very low regarding it. I'll most likely forget about it in like 2 days. Okay, now you have... Oh, let me go ahead and get this blue. You have a white shirt. Oh, it has that gold outline on the jacket. Sir. Yeah. Hey, you know me. It's a little dark, but let's lighten it up for the normal color. Oh, he does have the gold buttons too, doesn't he? Not the gold buttons. I mean, probably. Yeah, to see the spectacle, I wouldn't be surprised. I guess there is, like, that possibility that it could have been, like, more of an Oscar-related thing of, like, you know, of being orchestrated, but, like, it doesn't feel like a risk on Rock's side, on, you know, because, I mean, he's the one that's getting slapped, you know. I mean, yeah, it was a poor taste in joke, but comedians are used to that. But I feel like it would have been really, really iffy on, like, Will Smith's side of things, because some people would see him as, like, you know, yeah. I mean, I just feel like the person that would stand the most to lose would be Will Smith, and I'm not sure if Will Smith would, like, accept that risk at his wife's expense, a joke at his wife's expense, and, you know, take that risk of people interpreting his slap as, you know, in the wrong light. Once Will Smith tours with him and sits in the front row. Fair, Barack. Does this mean Kanye's cutting off Taylor Swift is officially forgotten now? Probably. Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's a weird, of course, celebrity and, you know, all of that's kind of, like, wild anyways, so. I mean, I remember, like, you know, I mean, there was a time where, like, I freaking loved the Oscars, like, but I haven't watched it in a few years, honestly. Probably not since I didn't have, like, access to cable. It's been like probably like 8 8 years probably at least since I've last watched it. If I'd walk that far, I'd damn sure make sure I understand why I slapped them. I mean, yeah, fair. More money, more problems, as they say, yeah. Boots are kind of a very dark blue. Maybe even darker than that, but... And this lamplighter stick is brown. Alright, I need to move this around because I need to see. Okay. Oh, wait. Keep forgetting. And then silver. Felix. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, we got a half hour. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to start working on these off stream, I think, too, because I mean, I'm working. I mean, I no rush right now because I'm gonna get a few together to like post weekly, so I'll be good for a while. But there's gonna be, I don't know the answer there. We'll see. I'm going to do some work off camera though, like the text. I'm gonna do that off stream since that's kind of not the most fun thing to watch. That pamphlet reminded me of like, this is the weirdest memory in the entire world. Stop saying, gosh, I need to work more. Just another day ending in Y. This is true, Faroth. This is true. You know me too well. I'm like, gee, I'll just add that to my list. I honestly, there's never an end. There's never an end to the list, which is fine. I mean, that's life. I'm glad that I have a lot of stuff to do. And I'm glad that I have a lot of passions. And I'm glad that I have a lot of things to do with my passions. And it also doesn't help to think, my list is never ending. Because then I start getting stressed. So, but you're not wrong. Oh, anyways, I was saying is that like flute music there for a bit, for some reason, it took me to this like random memory of like those beach shops at the beach. I mean, I'm talking like highly commercialized beach. Like we used to go to Myrtle Beach and like you would go into like the beach shops where like there would always be like the kind of like home, not home goods, but like the store that would sell like gifts, but also would have like a bunch of new age stuff too. Like you know, fancy crystal sculptures, you know, they or yeah, some like new age t-shirts. And they'd always have like this kind of like new age music playing. And for some reason, it took me straight to there. And they'd have like the unicorn statues or something, like just random stuff. Along with like beach memorabilia, you know, like seashells. I don't know. It seems like they would always be found in like because we'd always go to these like walk-a-mall places, like these like outlet, not really well, I guess kind of outlet place. No, not really outlet places, like just like kind of outdoor areas with all these shops and stuff. There was one there that we would go. It seemed like we just hit all the time. Okay, I think the lamplighter's a little out of like proportion, a tad bit, but I think it'll be fine. All right. So these group pictures are what takes a long time, but this is like one of like one, I think, in this whole thing. I think the other ones are more like 2 to 4 people focused, so I need to figure out who all these people are. Where are they at? Okay, I think Imracine is standing in the doorway, which we don't have a color coding for M yet. Oh, thank you, Frank. I must have... Oh, no, that's the other one. No, I must have saved already. Oh, no, wait. Something else was selected. Thank you. Yeah, it took you... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's why on Fridays for Mad Art, I moved to more just, like, sketches. More of a fun time than, like, I'm gonna make these for merchandise time. Yeah. Or, you know, for print time. Yeah. Because, like, I would work on those for weeks, sometimes months. Oh, this is the old Imracina. I think her dress... Let me move this over so I can see her reference, because she was wearing a dress at first. It was green. Fighting the good fight. This is true. Oh, did I turn down? Oh, the density's down. Alright, and she's just a little blip back here, isn't she? I want her to, like, be having her bow ready, probably. Just isn't that long. Let me start a color code for her. So M. And her hair is white. I want to make it a little bit of a silvery white gray then. Because otherwise white's a little bit difficult to... And once we get a background, but... let me do skin tone first. She had kind of a tanned skin tone. And maybe something a little bit more pink, a little bit more red, I mean. Okay, I can live with that. So she's working her head in. She has the bow ready. And just wearing high boots, which I think are dark brown. I don't really have her wearing. Did I put one on here? I did. I did put a quiver on her back. Stephanie, you were thinking ahead. Oh, she doesn't have a quiver in her back there. Great. Okay. All right, we're going to have to change that. And she's not carrying her bow? Oh, we're gonna have to fix that. They're kind of blending in together. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay, I think I was working on Ormy and then I was like, I'll come back to Immersina, and then never did. So we're gonna have to fix that. And honestly, it wouldn't have been that big of a dealio, but I think it's better to get it fixed. All right, do we have the right? Are we working? Okay, so Ormy is on a second, of course, a higher layer. That's coolio. Cool. Find the differences in these two pictures. Uh-huh. Yeah, it's just getting her like, I know what I did. I probably worked on Immersina first, and then worked on Ormia, and then Ermia, and then just forgot to go back and fix, like, some of those mistakes. Because look, her shoulder was taken off. Okay, Stephanie, let me... Okay, so we have that. She might have her arm kind of crooked back a bit. To kind of have her bow ready. We're gonna fix this. Just give me a couple of seconds. I'm just trying to get like her form here. Backwards, you know? Okay. I mean, sure. Alright, let's fix the hair, and then we'll go over to Ormia. The her. Don't much care for that. Sure. Sure. And you wouldn't see that on that side, so that's fine. But let's see. Okay. So we got Ormia's fine. Let's fix your shirt here. And we're gonna add a quiver to her back. Which, did I have a certain way? Excuse me while I scroll up here. So I had it facing her right shoulder on her back. So it'd actually be this way. Okay. Should have waited to fix her hair before, I mean after. Whoops. Still need to get my boom stand stood up to use that. Less camera shaking. Use a light feather here. Okay. Alright, let's add that to her. I don't really have a... Let's see. We're not doing any shadows for this because... Is there a reason that you're so... Is it the amount of the density that I have that it's not as chalky as the other ones? What am I doing wrong here? Let's see here. Maybe. Yeah, probably. Maybe the amount of paint. Color stretching. Perhaps. I think one of the Monty Python movies had a find the differences thing on the box. One picture was the actor standing in a field. The other was a city's skyline. Underneath it said, if you found 16, oh my god, differences, congrats, between 6 and is average. If you found less than 6 differences, you are strangely interesting. I love it. I was using gouache, right? I swear I was using gouache before. Let me open up that palette thing that I had out before. Watch, Stephanie. You were using gouache, right? I swear it was. Oh, chalk. I was gonna use gouache for any combination. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. There's not that much difference in between them. I've only filled in a few characters, so we're still good. I completely forgot that I was using chalk. Okay, I knew that there was a difference in, like, consistency that I wasn't quite getting. Okay, alright, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Because I was like, this looks so, like, more chalky than, like... Duh. You know why, Stephanie? You know why that looks chalky? Because it's chalk. Oh, wait. I have this, like, this thing right here. Wait. Gosh. No. This. Okay. Yeah, okay. That's better. I was like, why is this so smooth? All right. Now we got a little bit of a texture to it. Stephanie's clip would remind her of everything. Glorious Victor, you're not wrong. You really, yeah, there's a lot of truth in that statement that I'm uncomfy with. Very uncomfy. All right, so yeah, we got her thing there. Cool beans. Perfect. Yeah, I still need to cut those down into, because I'm gonna have to cut all of these panels too. It's fine. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. This is okay. In fact, I may hate myself for using chalk now, since this is such a small little illustration, but I have one of those days where like I'm hungry is like consistent. Okay. All right, so she is holding her bow. I always thought I read it Glorious Victoria until everyone on different channels when reading would say Glorious Victory, right? Then I read it. Mm-hmm. Well, you start seeing something like that, and literally it takes you so long to like unsee it until it's pointed out. I was the same way with like, 'cause I think Victoria and I think Bear, I think you both pointed out to me around the same time that I was saying, what was it? Emilio's name? Iliast? I was saying Iliast instead of Illist. Because for the first few times I saw an I in there and I was like, yeah. And then it just went from there. Because back in the 90s, we didn't have the tech in school to print my full name. So all the sub teachers thought my name was Victory. Yeah, Iliast. Mm-hmm. He thought that was so cute. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'd always say Iliast. Because for some reason, the first time that I read the name, I saw an I, and it just kind of stuck with me, and I just didn't reread the name after that. I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, Iliast. Oh, wow. My frames are dropping, so I apologize if there's no one dares correct stuff. Alright. That'll be enough for her, because she's way back there. Alright, we got another 10 minutes, and then I have to get off to, well, eat a snack, apparently. And, kind of go over a few things before session tonight. They're mostly good. Just gotta refresh myself. I do, but it's a brick wall up there. Yeah, I understand this. I know. I am well aware. Okay, so we'll start on... Let's see, we got plenty of room right here. Let's start on one here for... Emil. And let's see here. So we have his cape, or his cloak, I mean, sorry. I don't want to offend by calling it a cape, because it's not a cape. Not offending, Stephanie, that's just calling something the incorrect thing. And then pretty light, a little bit of tan skin tone. A little bit pinkish. Sure. It's fine. And here is her. It's brown. I think there's red in it. At the brick wall, there's a fellow that says, "I do not know where you are going, good sir, but this way is closed." Stuff is scary. Listen. Sometimes. Sometimes I'm not. It all depends on how fired up you get me. It all depends on how agitated I am. Okay, so we got that. He has that silver breastplate. For a second, I was like, can y'all even see my little? But yeah, you can. Although it's kind of covered up with some leaves right now. I'm actually working on this cute, adorable little motif for my art show. So it's going to have like a windowsill, and we might have some like little animated like things like moving, like, you know, blowing in a breeze or whatever, or what have you. Whatever. And yeah, I'm super excited. I drew my cat. My Jack cat, laying on the windowsill. So cute. I just have to find time to work on it, or make the time. Okay, so let's go ahead and start filling in some of this for a meal. We just have a meal. We have, I think Ormy is standing close to the wall back here because she stealthed in and kind of went close to the wall. She said that specifically, and I think I had Erin win back here, but she's kind of hidden, but I'll probably move her more over here. Or maybe even right here in that empty area. Or I don't know. It would probably be more of a balance thing if I had her right there. I don't know. It's fine. Worry about that when we come to it. And oh yeah, the green I had already picked out. Oh, he doesn't have a full beard, does he? He has a little mustache. I keep thinking about that Death Stranding game that Trisha was playing yesterday. That was wild. That was absolutely wild. I loved it. It was wild. Okay, his cape is brought down to his calves. It was something. Yeah, I had to stop watching. The game gives me anxiety. Aww. I liked it. I mean, I like kind of like trippy. Why aren't you? You aren't drawing. You're just not the right color. I dropped his mom so many times and take care of how to be burned. Oh no. It's a great story though. Yeah, it seems like it. It seems like it. I love trippy stuff like that. And it's hard, it's difficult to find that in a game, you know, like in a video game at least. I'll have to play that one game sometime. There's a game that was released by, I think it was either Deck 9 or I don't think it was, I don't know, but it was released and it was called Twin Mirror. And it's about a guy who's actually from West Virginia who travels back home for a funeral for a friend, I think. I got excited about it when it was announced, but it got kind of mixed reviews, and I never tried to play it myself. I'll have to do that sometime. I'm skeptical with the claim that Steph wants to play a game it's not by Annapurna. Baratheon, it's true. It's true. Oh my gosh, there was unfortunately like a release recently of like a couple of companies that do Annapurna, that, you know, the Annapurna like does games with, or produces their games at least, was like targeted for like bad working, you know, like bad working environments. Oh my gosh, that reminds me of like when I was watching the Game Awards at work when I worked in Boston and saw the first trailer for Fallout 76, and it played Country Roads, and I was like, oh my god, is this a freaking Fallout game based in West Virginia? And I was in a Discord chat at the same time with other people watching it, and they were like, no, Stephanie, there's no way. I was so smug when it was revealed that it actually was. Yeah, someday hopefully I'll get to the Witcher series. I can see the appeal to media-based. The one thing I liked the lore of Skyrim, and I liked Skyrim, but I don't, I would get distracted easily. Surprise. In open world games like that, like not even an open, like, I understand like it's not necessarily open world, like you still have quests and stuff, but like when there's so many, like, yeah, I mean, I guess it could still be considered like an open world in a way. You said The Witcher, and now I'm waiting for Rogue Tasha to appear. This is true. But I often in games like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls, even like games like I'm trying to think of an example. Fallout, even the Fallout series, like I found myself, I would get distracted very easily and like just forget what I was doing. Best video ever? Oh no. Yeah, I know. You've told me this before. Listen. Makes me want to puke. God. Media base, where you come from. There's a series of detective novels that were turned into a TV show shot in the semi-remote hometown. Recognizing buildings and locations was cool. Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel as if it's a building, so no shame here, right? Right? But I like building crap, yeah. Yeah, I need just enough structure to like not, yeah. But then I also just have a problem like finishing larger games like that anymore. Or even playing games that aren't being streamed in general. Okay. I will finish a meal here, and then we'll call it. Make sure his color thing's updated. Okay. So a meal with your colors and. Okay, so So we got that. We got that. A little bit lighter than the other one I have. And then his pants. And that kind of reddish brown for his boots. And that should be it. Or for that? Yeah. Okay. All right. I can't finish a game until I do every single side quest available. Yes, correct. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'm saying I don't finish games often. This is true. This is true. I mean, I guess I'm not to the point where, like, I'm not 100%er, but, like, I do like doing the extra stuff. And then I end up doing the extra stuff instead of doing the main stuff. And then by the time that I get done doing, or, like, at least trying to do the extra stuff, I end up forgetting what I was doing with the main stuff. That's me. I never 100% anything, hardly. Well, except I think platformers. I've 100%ed platformers before. Like, I'm trying to think. There was an example that I had in my head, but I can't think of it. But I will try in like smaller games to 100% it, but not usually then. Yeah, I just get distracted. Dan's like that also. I've noticed I like the Batman video games because they had so much stuff to find that was hidden. Oh yeah, I haven't tried those extensively. All right, let me save this. Let me see if I can find, oh, I must have, did I? No. Let me see if we have someone to read over to. So I can go and do a little bit of pre-game working. Let's see here. Oh, what is he doing? Okay, that's fine. We don't need to do that. Let's see. Art. What do we got? Oh, I got someone playing some music. Drawing. Oh, no. Drawing stuff. But there's like 3 people in the room with mics. Okay, she's doing traditional art, which is fun. My biggest heartbreak was a glitch in the original Assassin's Creed that didn't let me get one flag. Oh no! Oh no! Oh y'all. I mean, usually I go for people with less viewers than this, but this looks like, oh wait a minute. Maybe I've changed my mind. No, I don't think I've changed my mind. Oh, dragon. There's someone just drawing feet. That's exciting. No, this looks so, let me take a look at this stream and make sure that it's not a follow, like a subscriber only, like chat or something. I always get caught up in those. Well, you know, it's a followers only chat, but like I still, I think, want to head over here. That's the only time that hate letters need to be said. True, true. Yeah, let's read over to Claire. It looks like that she is doing, or that they're doing some traditional art. Some nice painting, which looks super relaxing, and I'm totally here for it. It is a followers only chat, but I think it's worth. Let me just make sure, after this commercial, let me just make sure that they're still streaming. I think so, but okay, yeah, this looks super chill. They're painting like bears walking through a stream. Yes. I didn't go over our schedule, but you know the drill. I think it's mostly updated below in the channel, but thank y'all so much. You are the absolute best. And hopefully we'll see you tonight for some The Forsaken. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.